Jennifer Huff, Christy Ellis, recruiter Sally Ellis, Melinda Feather, recruited by Jennifer Huff, Jessica Gibson, recruiter Carol Fark, Jessica Hackney, recruiter Carol Fark, Anna Hand, recruiter Jennifer Huff, Kimberly Hopper, recruiter Tiffany Fraze. And continuing, Kim Hofner, recruited by Jennifer Huff, Tammy Nicker. I'm not sure how to pronounce that last name. Nider Hellman, recruited by Sally Ellis, Sandra Nowak, recruited by Jennifer Huff, Monica Oswald, recruited by Jennifer Huff, Aaron Ray, recruited by Heidi Ray, and Brian, recruited by Jennifer Huff, and Karen Shea, recruited by Jennifer Huff. Way to go, guys. Welcome to our Mary Kay family. We're so excited.
Welcome.
All right, and we are moving up to our red jackets. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there is a theme in the Mary Kay world about red jackets. And we are building a sea of reds. And so we wanted to honor those red jackets tonight. So at the Star Team Builder level, brand new red jacket, Sally Ellis from Sartoxie, Missouri in the Maya Hull unit and Jennifer Huff DIQ team. Congratulations, Sally. We also would like to recognize Anna Maria Klunt from St. Joe in the Maya Hull unit, Amy Parnell from St. Joe in the Pyatt unit, and then moving up to team leader. This is with 5 or more active on your team, Vicki Highsmith from Madison, Alabama in the Pyatt unit, and then moving up to elite team leader. This position is open, so we cannot wait to see your picture here with 8 or more active on your team. And then finally, recognizing our director in qualification from the Maya Hull unit, Jennifer Huff. And her and her team, oh my gosh, you guys, they have finished month 1 of DIQ qualifications on track to debut May 1st as their own unit, the Bold unit. And that doesn't stop there. Jennifer and her team finished qualifications for their brand new Chevy Malibu as a Grand Achiever unit as well. So congratulations to Jennifer, to her team, and to her future Bold unit. Woo! We are so excited for you guys. And then when you are a red jacket, we do invite you to our Red Hot Coffee Club. And this is just an exclusive training for Star Team Builders and above. So once you have 3 active on your team, you are invited to this special training with Maya, Heidi, and I. It's the 3rd Saturday of every month. And let me tell you, like, they just keep getting better and better. So you want to make sure that you are a part of this. The next one will be on April 17th. So as long as you have 3 active by then, you are invited to join us.
All right, friends. Well, I am so excited to recognize those Mary Kay Beauty consultants in our All-In area who are in the court of sharing. So this is from adding women to your team. So we're going to recognize those in the court of sharing right now. All right, with 1 new team member, Holly Dodson, Tiffany Fraze, Anna Maria Klunt, Robin Lichtenauer, Cynthia McCallan, Christina Myers, Jennifer Smith, and Mayberry Woods. Woo! The 2 new team members, Carol Fark, Katie Mitchell, and Bobby Smith. Congratulations, consultants. Now for our top 10 in the court of sharing. Number 10, Amy England. Number 9, Sherry Mason. Number 8, Kristen Kamen. Number 7, Dee LaPlante. Number 6, Melanie Cox.
Woo!
Moving to our top 5. Number 5, Lisa Clark. Number 4, Laura Newsom.
Woo!
Our top 3. Number 3, brand new red jacket, Sally Ellis. Number 2, Eunice Millette. Number 1, so far this seminar year with 18 new team members, 11 great start qualified, Jennifer Huff. Woo! Congrats, ladies.
All right, now we get to recognize all of our Spark a Chain reaction achievers, and we have 19 achievers, you guys. So here they go. Melinda Barnett, Jody Chance, Lisa Clark, Melanie Cox, Holly Dodson, Sally Ellis, Amy England, Carol Park, Melinda Feather, Anna Hand, Jennifer Huff, Robin Lechner, Sherry Mason, Jennifer Mitchell, Sandra Nowicki, Brett Ryan, Bobby Joe Smith, Emily Smith, and Rachel White. Congratulations, you guys, earning your Spark jewelry. We're so proud of you.
Congratulations.
All right. And the fun part is when you earn your Spark jewelry, then you are on target to be a star consultant. And so we actually get to recognize now, we're celebrating those that are in Q4. So from March 16th through June 15th. So we are just at the beginning of this quarter. And so we want to recognize those that are on target with at least 300 wholesale and those that have already reached Star Consultant ladder or Star Consultant level so far this quarter. So on target with at least 300 wholesale, Melinda, Jody, Lisa, Holly, Melinda, Tiffany, Elizabeth, Brittany, Anna, Ella, Kara, and Jennifer. And also, I forgot there's 2 slides for this. Kim, Robin, Jennifer, Monique, Brett, Emily, Bobby Joe, Jennifer, and Rachel. Congratulations, you guys. That is so exciting to have that many on target stars so far. That is so fun. And then already achieving Star Consultant status at the Sapphire level with 1,800 wholesale, Amy England, Sherry Mason, and Sonda Nowicki. At the Ruby level with 2,400 wholesale is Carol Fark. At the Diamond level with 3,000 wholesale is Sally Ellis. And then we already have openings for the Emerald and Pearl. And so I know with all of those that are already on target for Star and that have already completed Star, next month we will be recognizing women at that level. And with the Star Consultant program, this is just based on your sales. And so starting at a $300 retail per week gets you on target for Star Consultant status. So even if your name was not called and you want to be recognized as a Star Consultant status, there's an easy way to be able to break it down. And so make sure that you get with your recruiter or with your director for us to get a game plan for you.
All right, my friends. Well, now I get to honor the Court of Sales. This is an amazing program where we are recognized for taking good care of our customers. And as you can see, those beautiful diamond rings, you can earn those beautiful diamond rings with doing 40,000 retail. Make sure you talk to your sales director about where you're going to finish June 30th, whether at the National Court of Sales, the Half Court, or your unit court. So we are going to recognize tonight the top 10 in the all-in national area. Number 10, Bobby Joe Smith. Woo! Number 9, Robin Lichtenauer. Woo! Number 8, Carol Fark. Woo! Number 7, Melanie Cox. Number 6, Sherry Mason.
Woo!
And our top 5, number 5, Lisa Clark. Number 4, Jody Chance. Number 3, Sally Ellis. Woo! Number 2, Amy England.
Woo!
And number 1, who has already completed the National Court of Sales, Jennifer Huff. Woo! Congratulations, ladies, on your excellence. And congrats to all of our incredible achievers in the month of March so far. And we are just so incredibly proud of you.
Awesome. Well, I am so excited, you guys, because I get the honor and the privilege of introducing our guest speaker. And I think Maya, Heidi, and I were on a mission to, of course, give you recognition, but we wanted to give as much time as possible to Susan to be able to share with you, because I don't know about you guys, but I think Maya, Heidi, and I are just as excited as anybody else to be able to hear from Susan and to learn from her. So I'm going to bring Susan up here and pin her so that you can see her in this. Let me do this here. Okay, because you guys got to see her accolades in the promo pieces that we had as far as when we were introducing her. And so I'm not going to go into detail for that, but I want to share with you how much of an honor and a pleasure it is for me to introduce this woman, because this, I honestly feel if it were not for Susan in her story, in her journey in the Mary Kay world, none of us would be on this Zoom tonight. Because I can still remember where I was sitting in a room at Stony Creek Hotel. We were down in the basement. It was a fashion show, and Susan was the guest speaker. And I was in that room as a guest with my consultant. And I remember after hearing Susan's story saying, oh my gosh, like, I want to do this. Like, sign me up. Let's do this. And so I don't really remember, Susan, anything that you shared at that time, except I do remember you having to share that because of your kids, you had to take the cash for the car because your kids would not fit in a Mary Kay car. But just the poise, the grace, the class that Susan exudes every single time that you are in her space, whether she is in front of a stage of thousands teaching, or you are sitting next to her just one-on-one, the way that Susan makes you feel is just like, I mean, it's unlike anything else. And so Susan, thank you from the bottom of a grateful heart, because again, if it were not for you and not for being into that space and just hearing your story, hearing you share about that, and that's why I'm so excited for you to share with our guests, our customers tonight as well. Like, it gives me goosebumps and chills to think about how different things would look. And so I am so excited when we thought about the topic of wearing different hats and how to have balance and harmony in our lives as far as all the different hats that we wear, plus building a Mary Kay business. You were the first person that instantly came to mind, because this is who you are. Like, this is how you live your life. And for us to be able to get a glimpse and to take away some of that is just like, we are thrilled. So if you guys would like clap, high five, wave, and give lots of props, as we are so excited to learn from future executive senior sales director, Susan McCoy.
Oh my gosh, I would have done this even if you said nothing, but you like made my whole day. My love language is words of affirmation. So Mary Pyatt, man, wow. I want all of you to be where I am just so you get to have an introduction like that someday. I love it. Well, I am so very grateful to be here with you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am humbled. I am honored. Just that you would even think of me, so just thank you for that. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. I have to say, look at all of this amazing success. Are you kidding me? Jennifer Huff. Like, every time I hear Jennifer Huff, I'm like, isn't that a movie star? It is, right? Okay, but it's spelled differently. My gosh, a $1,145 commission check. Shut the front door. On top of that, she's already finished with the National Court of Sharing, finished a car. And I am just super excited for all of you. I mean, just to get to see what's happening in your future national area. Oh my gosh, Mary and Maya and Heidi. So wow, wow, wow. Just want to say, literally hats off to you. So without further ado, I want to share with you guys something that I thought went really well with our topic. Hold on. I'm always backwards in this Zoom. Okay, something that went well with the topic. So this morning in my quiet time, April 7th, listen to this. I am the potter, you are my clay. I designed you before the foundation of the world. I arranged the events of each day to form you into this preconceived pattern. My everlasting love is at work in every event of your life. On some days, your will and mine flow smoothly together. You tend to feel in control of your life when our wills are in harmony. On other days, you feel as if you are swimming upstream against the current of my purposes. When that happens, stop and seek my face. The opposition you feel may be from me, or it may be from the evil one. Talk with me about what you are experiencing. Let my spirit guide you through treacherous waters. As you move through the turbulent stream with me, let circumstances mold you into the one I desire you to be. Say yes to your potter as you go through this day. And then it has some verses, and the one I'll share with you is, seek his face, your face, Lord, I will seek. And as I think about harmony in this business, and as a woman in this business, and as a wife in this business, as a mom in this business, as a soccer coach in this business, as a, all the different hats, right? We don't have harmony unless we start things with him. And you guys, I know, I mean, if you know my story at all, when I joined Mary Kay, I was newly married. We didn't have any kids. And then I became a director. We found out we were having twins. I'm giving you the short version. When they were going to kindergarten, when you think there might be some harmony, then we decided to have one more. And then God decided we needed one more. So at this point in my life, that's where I was as a new director. But I'm going to tell you, even with harmony, and I'll tell you how I create that harmony, in the beginning with newborn twins, all the way to right now, the twins just turned 25. And then the younger two are 19 and 17. You guys, there is nowhere else ever that you could be, that you could have every single thing you'd want to have, that you can literally have your cake and eat it too. And so, my daughter is getting ready to turn 18 and she is so excited. Oh my gosh, did you guys get your buzz kit, girls? I just got it today. And she's like, Mom, you have it. I can't tell you what it is. Just know you're going to be glad you put your customers on PCP. She is upstairs with my buzz kit right now, flipping out over the whole entire freaking box. And I said, when you turn 18, you don't get to see what's in the box anymore until you're a director. So she's like, okay, Mom. Anyway, so what I'll just tell you is, going through life with 4 kids, ages newborn to, now they're 25, 19, and 17. I feel like I have modeled my life for my sons to marry women who can have this opportunity and that they would want their wives to be in Mary Kay. That I have modeled to my daughter what it would be like as a mom to be able to have your cake and eat it too. That my husband loves Mary Kay as much or more than I do. That he would be so excited for our daughter. Like literally, you guys, we were on vacation in Florida a couple years ago, and we were having dinner at the seafood restaurant. And they have this amazing father-daughter relationship. And he says to Molly, he says, when you turn 18, you'd be, what do you say? If you were smart, you would join Mary Kay. And so she says, so Dad, you're saying if I don't join Mary Kay when I'm 18, I'm not smart? He's like, no, I'm just saying you have choices. But, seriously, if there's one thing I could have done sooner, would have been to know about Mary Kay. Because gosh, don't we all wish we would have signed when we were 18 years old? Well, Maya, you probably did. You might have, just a little after. So anyway, as I see that, I think of harmony I don't think it's like balanced necessarily, but that it flows, and when we're in flow, things are just going, right? And it could be a little chaotic at times. And I'm willing to have some chaos, like in June, for peace and ease throughout the year. Like one of my very favorite affirmations is I finish everything early with peace and ease. Like that might be on my tombstone. I finished early. Well, I want to finish at 100. I want to be 100 years old when I pass away. Anyway, but truly, I believe that we can have that in our business. And if you're like, oh, wait, my month end is not like that. Well, not every month end is like that, but every month end we finish. That's the first part of that, preferably early with peace and ease. And the way to do that is by making sure your beginning and your middle of your month are solid. Today is the 7th. If you don't have book 10 done and you have big goals, dude, you have to do it by midnight tonight because it's almost the 10th and that's a third of the month. So in the beginning is strong. And really, you guys, in the virtual world of Mary Kay right now, it's the 7th. You could book 10 appointments for tomorrow. You could have 10, 5, and 5 appointments tomorrow and spend 50 minutes or, let's say an hour and 25 minutes altogether seeing 10 faces like tomorrow. Like we are so lucky that what happened during the pandemic has been such a pink lining for our businesses, because you can book a party to start tomorrow. Like if it's a posting party, like so much of what we do is instantaneous because of how we work virtually. I'll never go back. Many of my people are like, can't wait to get in person. No, not me. I like being in jeans and in my jacket here and being with you all. And then I'm going to watch a movie with my daughter afterwards. And what would have normally taken me if I was to come to St. Joe, kind of think about it. I would have gotten there at 6. I would have had to leave here at 5. I would have gotten home at 10. Instead, I can be with you all for an hour and a half tonight, and it's amazing. And so I think that just living our business the way Mary Kay based our company, the foundation of our company, on God first, family second, career third. You guys, I believe she did that because I don't know that she always got to do that. I mean, I think she always had God first, family second, career third, but I think it was probably a little bit more of, I got to put in the hours and I might miss more stuff than I'd like to, but that she wanted us to be able to have choices she didn't have, just like we do for our kids and our family, right? We want to, like, I want my kids to exceed what we've done in life as a family. I want them to go well beyond what we've done even. And that would be awesome, you know? And I think that's what she wanted for us too. And so making a foundational principle of our company, a biblical principle like that, she knew that we could carry on this company even after she was gone. And so, like, I want you to, like, literally lift your hands up to the sky and just say, thank you, Mary Kay. Thank you, God, for putting that in Mary Kay's heart. And for us to be able to be the keepers of that flame, to be able to pass that on to generations. Because for as great as Mary Kay is right now, I want it to be even better for my daughter when she turns 18 and goes on to do whatever she might do. Well, I'm affirming she's joining Mary Kay. I don't know that for certain. But I think all of that to say, I think it's important to kind of look at kind of like, what's your why? You know, you are on tonight or watching later because you want something more in your business. And I think if you dig deep to figure out what that why is, the price will never be too high. You know, I'm going to teach you some things I did with time management here in a minute that I think are really, really helpful, especially how many of you have small kids? Okay. How many of you have teenage kids? Okay, how many of you have fur babies or no kids? Okay, so the majority, you know, have some little people of some sort at their house, right? And so that creates, I think that really creates even better boundaries for your time because you only have even smaller amounts of time to really work your business, which is great. So I think knowing your why and knowing your goal are super, super important factors to what we do. Because if you know what you want and you know why you want it, the how is the easy part. Like, it just will happen, you know? But if you're not really clear on what you want or why you want it, it's going to always be a little fuzzy. And I'll tell you, there was a season in my business when I was on and off target for my first car. I would like do just enough to stay frustrated. You know, like I would be like, I'd get on target kind of because I had a new recruit that might have come in as a star. And then I would do one party the next month and then I would fall off target. And then I would get that going again, or I didn't know the rules or whatever it might have been. And I mean, doing just enough to stay frustrated does not create harmony because then you start thinking about it constantly. And so I think when you're clear on what you want, why you want it, and then you look at the activity that is going to be part of that factor, you can get there, you know? And I think that has a lot to do with harmony in our thinking and in our being, and who you be definitely dictates what you do, and that leads to what you have in this business and what you can provide for your family. So I think that would be a question I would have you ask yourself is what I'm doing right now equal to what is required of me of this goal? And there are going to be different seasons and times, I think, where we have to do a little bit more. Maybe we're behind the 8 ball and we're playing a little bit of catch up, and it might not be completely harmonious all the time. And I think to myself, you know, I'm going to be okay with it being a little chaotic for this little season, to know that it's not going to be like that always. Does that make sense? I think that's fair. You know, if I was an accountant right now, I'd be pretty kind of chaotic and busy, but I would be like April 15th or May 15th at this point is coming, right? I would know it's going to be okay. If I was getting my master's or my doctorate in something, I would know right now it's going to be a little chaotic, but it won't be like that forever. So if you're like a DIQ right now, or if you're earning a Cadillac right now, or earning a trip, if you're at the end of something big, it might be a little bit not harmonious, but it will get back to that normal flow before too long. Does that make sense? Okay, something that I do, and you guys, I wish I would have learned this sooner, because I did some coaching about probably 6 or 7 years ago. And like, I literally did the coaching, and when people would ask me what was I getting from it, I was kind of embarrassed to tell them because it was such a teeny tiny little tweak that I was like, is that really it that's making the difference? Is that really it? I mean, I literally was embarrassed until I learned that a quantum leap is not like this big, huge thing you're doing. A quantum leap is done by a little tiny tweak in the trajectory of where you're going. And so I'm going to tell you what that little tweak was. And it was getting control of my morning to be consistent with what I did the second I got out of bed. And I mean, like literally, I'll tell you what I do, but the basis of it is from a book called The Miracle Morning and another book called The Slight Edge. And if you're not a reader, no big deal. We got technology to read to you anymore, right? But those are two books. If you have not read them, they will truly change what you're doing. So The Slight Edge is by Jeff Olson. Sorry, my bookshelf's back there. And The Miracle Morning is by Hal Elrod. Okay, so The Miracle Morning, are you guys all familiar with that? A little, kind of, sort of. Okay, so it's basically, I'll tell you the whole book in like 5 minutes. So it's basically that you would do your life savers every day. And your savers is an acronym, and it's the word savers, and it stands for time for silence in the morning, time for affirmations in the morning, time for visualization in the morning, time for exercise in the morning, time for reading in the morning, and time for scribing, which is journaling, in the morning. Now, how many of you already have a pretty full morning? Like kids or chaos or life or dogs or cats or whatever. Okay, so here's what he says. On those days that it's like extremely power packed and busy, if you can just carve out 6 minutes, 1 minute to be silent, 1 minute for affirmations, 1 minute for visualization, 1 minute for jumping jacks, 1 minute for reading something great, 1 minute for just journaling, like God help me through this day, whatever it might be, that your day is set for a harmonious day. And I was like, I'm in. Okay. And you guys, I am a member of the 5 o'clock club, but I wasn't always. My kids naturally got up early, and some days it was just all I could do to get up when they got up. But then I learned little by little that if I did just a little bit earlier, a little bit earlier, a little bit earlier, and went to bed earlier, I could get there. And so I am a 5 o'clock girl, and now it's just part of how I roll. And there are days like I'll be like, oh, I stayed up late for a month in. I'm just going to sleep in. Bad idea. I mean, now it's like, that's just not a good idea. It's better for me to get up at 5, do my whole morning like I usually do. Let's be clear, Monday through Friday only. And I promise myself then I can take a power nap if I need to. Either that, or I just give myself the day off and say the whole day is just how it's going to go. I don't have to be in my regular morning shuffle of how I do things. But I mean, it's literally like I get out of bed, I go pee, I get on the scale, I get my workout clothes on, I get my water, I go downstairs. I mean, it's boom, 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 boom. I literally, how many of you have ever seen the show, The Good Doctor? It's really good. It's really good. It's about this autistic kid who goes on to become a doctor. And in his autism, I guess, I don't know, but he has like a little alarm set on his phone that say like push-ups, shower, brush your teeth. I mean, I have those on my phone. I mean, because it helps me to be like, oh, shoot, I got to get my water and get downstairs because my workout's starting in 2 minutes, But I mean, that kind of rhythm of things, it's like you're a well-oiled machine. By the time you're done, you're like, whoo, I am powerful. I did it. Now I can do anything else on my list because I did those first things first. It's really, really big. I do believe like that silent time is for me, it's time with the Lord. If you were just doing silent meditation, that's okay too. I mean, sometimes I'll do a little bit of that as well. But you guys, affirmations are so important. And I would just, if you don't believe me, make a list of the things you say to yourself every day. And sometimes it's just a mental list, but I mean, saying to yourself, like, I always get up on time. You'll start getting up on time. I mean, mine started out with a list that my national gave me when I had a national, Sharon Flaster, and I literally had this list in my bathroom. It was on a piece of like hot red paper. Before I had a laminator, it was stuck on my wall, like up high so it wouldn't get wet. And it was like, I am happy, I am healthy, I have oodles of energy and enthusiasm, I love life and life loves me, I have confidence and others see it in me. And I mean, it was this list that I would just read, and before long, it's like, oh my gosh, that's kind of me, and you can create that kind of same harmony in your family and in your life from that. The normal toolbox things I think that give us harmony are things that Mary Kay gave us. And so I find myself like, if I ever say to myself or to my husband, oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed, it's like, oh, stop, go, where's your weekly plan sheet? I mean, my husband will tell you, if I say, I am so overwhelmed, he'll be like, where's your weekly plan sheet? I'm like, I know. I mean, it's like, sometimes we all get off kilter a little bit, but things like the weekly plan sheet, the 6 most important list, your Sunday night dump list, all of those things that I've learned a lot from your National Linda Tupin on those things, because when I'm overwhelmed, it's usually because it's all up in my head floating around. I mean, I try and do it on just Sundays, but some days I have to do it like a couple times a week. And that's usually when I have a lot of hats on that I'm wearing. You know, when my kids were really involved and I had a lot of kids at home and lots of different things, I mean, I would have to do that dump list frequently. And the dump list wasn't just get it out of my head, but it was called do it, delegate it, or dump it. And I would realize if I was the only one that could do it, I had to figure out when I was going to do it. If I could delegate it to someone else, I did. And if it didn't really need to be done, I just dumped it and decided not to worry about it. And that's truly helped me, because there are a lot of things in our business that somebody else can do for pennies on the hour compared to our time that it would take to do it. And so just watch what you're doing, see where you have time, and see where you have some energy that could be conserved. Because I think for me now, it's not so much about time, it's about energy. You know, I have a lot of time right now, but I don't want to spend all my time working, even though I could, because I have more time to do it. I want to be able to do other things and enjoy and relax and, you know, continue, because that energy is really, really important to keep at a high level. Because as your energy, like I know for me, I've learned that when I'm going to do, you know, calls with my people, I won't say, you know, text me when it's good for you. I won't. I'll say, let me know when it's good for you from 9 to 4. And in there, I'll carve out a half an hour, but I know that I will save a couple nights a week for like my meeting and like something like this, or like a 5 and 5. But thankfully it fits into my biorhythms, because everything we do is really short and it doesn't require leaving and all that extra energy into those types of things. Last thing I'll share with you, 2 things actually. One, how many of you are directors or want to be directors? Okay, so when my kids were little, and I think you could do this even if you're a consultant, but I think it's deciding on not only what you want, why you want it, looking at does the activity match that, but looking to see how much time will that take. And so like when I was a new director and I had newborn twins and I was trying to figure it all out, I created what was called like the Holy Week. And I would work my time frames to be 10 3-hour chunks of time. At first, I'll be honest, I had like 10 2-hour chunks of time. And I thought 20 hours, I can do that. But 20 hours, Stacey James says, as a director, creates more stress and anxiety and non-harmonious living than 30 hours of focused energy on your business. And that's true, because I was working 20 hours a week and I'd be at the swing set with my kids at the park and thinking, who am I going to book next? You know, I'm thinking, no, that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be with them now. And so I realized that if I would work 30 hours and I would get some childcare, my kids were on a really strict schedule. So I knew every day from 2 to 4, they would take naps. And I would know that 2 full days a week, I had parents stay out childcare. And I would work 2 or 3, you know, other chunks of time here or there, but it turned out to be about 10 3-hour chunks of time. I would sit down with my husband. We would figure out when it was good. In fact, he doesn't care. He would be like, as long as it's not 3 nights in a row, I'm golden. Like I can do anything. But if it was 3 nights in a row, he'd be like, whew, that's a lot. Now, let's be real. In today's world, 3 nights in a row might be from 7 to 8 o'clock at night. I think he could handle it. But anyway, I'm going to leave you with one of my very favorite affirmations on top of the first one I shared with you. And that is a saying that says, speak what you seek until you see what you said. I'll type it in the chat here. Speak what you seek until you see what you said. And you guys, this works for anything. If let's say you have not been a sparkler, or let's say you've not been a star consultant and you're like, I want to be a star. So you start saying, I am a star consultant because I do star consultant activity every week and sell $300 or more in sales. You start saying that enough, okay, you're speaking what you want until you see what you're saying. And it is true for trips, million, national, cars, star consultants, sparklers, well-behaved children, whatever it might be. But all of those things create more income, which create more choices, which create all kinds of amazing things for you and your business. So that's the main things I wanted to share with you. So I'm going to open it up for any questions if you have any, and I'll stick around as long as you want me to.
Oh my gosh, Susan, that was like amazing. Like, I know I wrote big, but I think even I took like 3 pages of notes. So that was fantastic. And I think, and we will, if you guys have questions or anything like that, I'm going to kind of get this back to the gallery view so you can kind of wave your hand or type your question in the chat. But I think the thing I appreciated more than anything was just even the reminder that it doesn't, I think when we think of having to create harmony, I think we think it has to be like bigger and harder than what we make it, that it truly is sometimes some of the simplest things, and remembering to do those things, that, the weekly plan sheet, the 6 most important things list, the brain dump, even to get our morning off to a good start, that it doesn't have to be like 2-hour long of a morning routine. It could be 6 minutes to just do a little bit, but how that can, set us up for so much. So again, not to make it harder than what it needs to be, that it can be simple, but those simple things can make a huge impact on that. So I loved that aspect of it.
Aw, thanks.
All right. Anyone have any questions or things that they want to, like aha moments or anything?
Susan, I really appreciated how you were talking about life happens, but you are in control of your schedule. Like, life is going to happen, but you are controlling your schedule, and that's controlling your results and your outcome. And it's making you more powerful because, you put those boundaries. And I think that's so smart, because time is limited, energy is limited. We all know. And so we never get back that same space and time. And so
Right.
that was so good how you start your day and how it gives you victory throughout everything else the rest of the day. It's really good.
Thank you.
I love that you said a quantum leap is a tiny tweak. I think so many times when we're looking at making an impact or a difference in our business, we think we have to fix 10 things. And sometimes it's not fixing 10 things, it really is that small tweak, and a small tweak, like a controlled morning, right?
Mhm.
Like, and what that would bring and align you and just center you and bring so much peace. And ultimately, that's our peace comes from the Lord. So if we're able to begin that way, I mean, it makes complete sense, right? So thank you for that.
You're welcome. Well, and it's that tiny tweak done over and over again, which is habit, which is really what is the biggest difference. I think that if you look at a group of successful consultants, successful directors, successful in any business or any entrepreneur, anything really, if you look at what their habits are, it's a well-known fact that the wealthiest people in America are readers, investors. They are frugal. I mean, look at Mary Kay Ash. She was one of the most frugal people we knew. And, it wasn't anything they did great guns. It was the little things that made the big difference. And I think sometimes we're looking for we got to change everything. No, what if you just got up on time tomorrow? What if you just didn't hit the snooze alarm? I love Leah Loughlin. She said her thing is just go pee. Like her alarm goes off and she thinks just because that means get up, go to the bathroom. That's a win. Okay, now do your next thing. Get your workout clothes on. That's the next thing. And I used to try and do my savers in order, and they're not in order, but all 6 of them are done before my kids get up. You know what I mean? Because I need to I find that my little run walk that I do better doing that first thing, because I can actually, while I'm doing it, I'm on my treadmill or in my basement or whatever, I can literally be checking something on email if I want to or whatever. But then as I've got the blood flowing, then I can have my quiet time with the Lord because I'm awake, So.
That's awesome.
Yay. Thank you for having me, you guys. I'm excited for the big things happening in this area. Oh my gosh, it's crazy awesome.
Thanks. All right. Well, if there's no other questions, so if you guys we're still going to do the drawing from the March entries for our monthly giveaway, and then we'll close out this program. But if you guys have not, take this next 19 minutes and be messaging your customers, because Susan, like I said, once we're done with this, we're going to take a little break, and then Susan and I are going to be back in the All In Virtual Beauty group for Susan to share more of her story. I know she kind of went through it kind of quick tonight with you guys, but she's going to share a little bit more in detail for your customers. And so you want your customers on there. You want them to hear her story. So use this time after we're done on here to make sure you're inviting your customers, reminding them to hop in that group. Make sure you've got them added in there as well. So, but Susan, thank you again so very much just for your willingness to do this. And again, just the simple yet impactful things that you shared with us to be able to do to make those changes and to have that harmony. Because like you said, there's not really balance, but it is harmony when everything flows like that. So we appreciate you so much for doing that.
Thank you for having me. I'm going to hop off and then pop back on with you guys at 8.
That is perfect. Awesome.
Bye, guys.
Susan. Bye, Susan.
Hats off to you all.
All right. Well, we are going to do our drawing. So let me share our screen here. Okay. So this drawing, if you guys remember, we are doing our drawing for those women who were customers that during the month of March, they either did a career chat with their consultant or they attended an event where marketing or career information was shared. If a customer did that, they got one entry into this drawing for a 20-ounce Yeti tumbler. You get to pick which color that you want, so you can kind of customize it. And the customer that wins, her consultant wins as well. When we had new consultants, they got 5 extra chances. So all of our new consultants into our All In family all got 5 extra chances into the drawing as well. So let me flip this. I hit the wrong button here. Let me share our wheel of names. So we have 139 entries into this drawing. That is exciting. And so I'm going to shuffle these one more time just to kind of get them moved around here. All right, so let's see who our winner is for the 20-ounce Yeti tumbler in your choice of color. This is kind of small. See who pops up here. Christy Ellis. All right, do we know who, Maya or Heidi, do you guys know who Christy belongs to? If not, I can have it pulled up.
Daughter.
It's who?
It's Sally's daughter.
Sally's daughter. Yay! So that means Sally, you won too. That's exciting.
Congratulations. Woohoo!
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, Sally, we will send you and Christy the link so you can see what colors are available to pick out for your Yeti tumblers. You guys can either be matching or complete opposite in your colors, but we will get those sent out to you. So we are so excited. Congratulations to you guys. And then I'm sure you guys have seen this, but we actually have our new prize. And this prize, we can't even tell you about.
Oh,
Because,
goodness.
so this will be, actually, I'm going to stop sharing that because you guys heard Susan talk about the box that we got, right? And so with this box, so the directors got a buzz kit, and I should have brought mine down just to even show you the box. I can't show you what's in it. But the new summer product launch. So these products will launch next month in May. We as directors got our sneak peek of it in the box now. We get to order them at the end of the month. And so the prize for April is that you get one of everything of the summer product line. Like, shut up. So I think it was like $167. Where's Maya? I'm going to pin her up here so that we can see. She's got the box. She can show you the box. That's all she can show you. Otherwise, we get in trouble. The company even has a piece of paper. That's what she was holding up. It says, we can't share.
But it's awesome.
It is awesome. It is awesome. And when I was the same way, when I saw that with one of the products, I was like, because my teenage daughter is all about it as well. So it is very very trendy, popular kind of product. So that is the prize for April, is you and your customer, whoever wins, will get $167 worth of brand new spring product. So you will have it before you can even order it, which is awesome. And your customer will have it as well. So make sure that that's again for career chats or inviting them to an event like tonight's Watch It Wednesday when we have Susan in there. If you have customers watching, that gets them an entry into that drawing as well. And then mark your calendars for our next all in family night. It's always the first Wednesday of every month. So the next one is May 5th at 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And we will see you guys there. So we'll give you guys a little bit of a break and then make sure at 8 o'clock you hop over to our all in virtual beauty group where I get to talk with Susan again and have her share her story with you guys. So thank you guys so much. Have an awesome rest of your evening and we'll see you here in just a little bit. Bye guys.
Bye, guys.